right, I just realized that some people call this Audi, some people call this Porsche, some people call this Volkswagen, some people call this Peugeot, and some people get all confused about what to call this. And that's what inspired me to make this video, because in today's video we are going to be learning how to properly pronounce these car brand names the correct way so you don't be that guy. I am Meno and this is my YouTube channel, and this channel will talk cars and all things related to cars. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, watch the video to the end, and if you like it, give the video a thumbs up. And with that said, thank you for tuning in, and let's get the video started. Alright, before we get actually started, there is something I want you to note. You see, the pronunciation of these car brand names is going to sound different depending on the language and the accent of the person speaking. For example, Mazda in Japanese is not going to sound the same as Mazda in, let's say, French. So as Bugatti in French is not going to sound the same as Bugatti in Italian. So the accent and the language of the person speaking can always make a difference. So I want you to bear that at the back of your mind. And we are going to be categorizing the brands country by country. That way, we know how each country pronounce their brand and how we should actually pronounce them. So with all that said, let's get started. Now, starting off with German brands, kicking off with this. So this is Audi. Audi, not Audi. You don't pronounce it the way you read it as in audio. No, you say Audi. Simple. Audi. Audi RS6, Audi TT, Audi R8, Audi RSQ8, Audi. Next up we have this, and this one is a very tricky one. So this is BMW. BMW, which is correct, by the way. Correct, BMW. But you see, in German, that's not how they say it. They say BMW. And the problem comes with the W. You see, in German, the letter W is pronounced V, and the letter V is pronounced F. I say it again. The letter W is pronounced V, and the letter V is pronounced F. The B is pronounced B in German, and the M is pronounced N, but the W is pronounced V. So that's why they say BNV. BNV. We'll talk about that later with another brand, which we are going to cover later on in a second. So they say BNV. I might be wondering, what's the full meaning of BMW? Well, BMW stands for, pay attention because I'm going to say it only once, Bayerischer Motorenwerke. Simple. Or Bavarian Motor Works in English, or Bavarian Engine Works, whichever I want to call it. So you can say BMW, which is correct, but when you hear someone say BMV, you respect. Next up we have this, and this is Mercedes-Benz. Americans say Mercedes-Benz. In Nigeria, here we say Mercedes-Benz or Benz, but that's not how they say it. But the difference is just minimal. Like the Germans say Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz. It has that TS sound to it, which I actually quite like, because someone like me, I have beef with some letters in the alphabet, like the R, the L, and the T, and this one, like the way of pronouncing it is very good for me. So Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz. Next up we have this, VW, or in Nigeria here we say Volks. Some say Volkswagen, some say Volkswagen, some say different stuff. So VW or Volkswagen, in Nigeria we say Volks or Volkswagen. So what's the right way to pronounce it? Like I said earlier with BMW, they pronounce the letter VF and the letter WV. So the Germans, they say VW. 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 That's for the abbreviation, and for the full full meaning, they say Volkswagen. Volkswagen. You see, the V is pronounced F and the W is pronounced V. Volkswagen. Of course, you can say VW or Volkswagen, or when you hear someone say VW or Volkswagen, you respect. Next up, we have this. Some people will say Opel, but that's not it. This is called Opel. Opel. Simple. All right, next up we have this. This one's a very controversial one as well. So this is what we call Porsche. Some will say Porsche, some will say Porsche. So what's the right way to pronounce it? Well, the right way to pronounce it is Porsche. Porsche. Porsche, not Porsche. Some people tell you it's Porsche, but no, in my opinion, I think Porsche is the American way to say it the right way. You see, the problem is mainly the Americans. They go about correcting people on way they should pronounce things. Like if you don't pronounce things the way Americans pronounce, like they tend to like correct you or make fun of you, which is something I really don't like. I've seen it a lot online. They go about correcting people like on how to pronounce things, why they themselves are not pronouncing it the right way. My American viewers, if that's you, please change your ways. But like anyone can pronounce the way they like, you can pronounce the way like maybe your tongue and your language permits. But when you hear someone say the right way, not say something otherwise to you, when you know it's not the correct way, please don't go ahead to correct them or like go ahead to be the teacher. Please don't, like, the right way to pronounce this is Porsche. Porsche. Of course, you can pronounce it the way, like maybe your language or your accent, like permits. You can say whatever you like. But when you hear someone say Porsche, you respect. And now coming over to Italian brands, and this one is really, really going to be funny. So Italian brands, like, they are really, really easy to pronounce. The only thing you have to do is to roll your R's, like roll them very strong, like put some emphasis on them and go with the Italian tune, like go with the Italian like flow to it, like Mamma Mia, like stuff like that. Just go with the Italian tune and most importantly, roll your R's. So let's go. First off, we have this. This is what we call Ferrari. Ferrari SF90, Ferrari 2960 TB, Ferrari 812 Superfast, and so on. Ferrari. But that's not how Italians pronounce it. They say Ferrari, Ferrari, Ferrari. I can do this all day. Ferrari, Ferrari. Of course, you can say Ferrari and or whatever you like. I've seen someone say Ferrari. Of course, you can say whatever you like, but when you hear someone say Ferrari, respect. I don't think I'm even saying it correctly, but hopefully I'm trying. Ferrari. Next up, we have this. So this is what we call Lamborghini. Lamborghini. Lamborghini Temerario. Lamborghini Revolto. Lamborghini Aventador. Lamborghini Huracan. Lamborghini. But that's not how Italians pronounce it. They say Lamborghini. Lamborghini. You have to roll the R and go with the Italian flow. Lamborghini. Lamborghini. Easy. Next up, we have this. This is what we know as Maserati, but that's not how Italians pronounce it. They say Maserati. Maserati. Not Maserati. Maserati. Easy. So we have this. This is what we know as Alfa Romeo. Some will say Alfa Romeo. Some will say like all kinds of stuff, but that's not how Italians pronounce it. They say Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. No, Romeo. No. Alfa Romeo. Next up, we have this. This is Fiat. 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 Next up, we have Pagani Automobile Moderna. Next up, we have Pininfarina. Next up, we have Lancia. That's all for Italian brands. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, I would love to say that if you made it to this point of the video, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Subscribe to the channel, go ahead and like the video, give the video a thumbs up so that YouTube gets to like recommend this video to more people. So let's get back to the video. Now coming over to French brands. This one, I'm not gonna lie, is going to be really, really hard. Extremely hard, but let's try to like let's see what we can do. But I will try my best to like convey the pronunciation to you so you can know how to pronounce it. But I'm gonna try my best. So let's get into it. Alright, starting the French lineup with this. So this is what some people call Alpine, but that's not it. The French say Alpine, Alpine, Alpine. Simple. Next up, we have this. So this is what we call Citroen, Citroen, Citroen. But that's not how the French pronounce it. So they say Citroen, Citroen. Like that, the R's like they have that like hop sound to it. Like I don't even know how to I don't even know how to do it. So they say Citroen, 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 Citroen. If you're French, let me know if I tried. Citroen. Next up, we have this. So this is what we call Renault. Renault, but that's not how they pronounce it. In fact, it's quite easy. They say Renault, Renault. The T at the end, you delete. Renault, Renault. Simple. Next up, we have this, my favorite brand, my all-time dream brand. So, this is what we call Bugatti. Bugatti Chiron, Bugatti Veyron, Bugatti Divo, Bugatti 110, Bugatti Lamborghini, and so on and so forth. So this one is quite tricky though, because you see, the brand is a French brand, like it's founded in France, but the founder, Ettore Bugatti, is from Italy. So if you want to go with the French way of pronouncing it, you say Bugatti, Bugatti. Then if you want to go with the Italian way of pronouncing it, you say Bugatti. Bugatti, but you can just stick with Bugatti. Anyway, but let me know what you think. Bugatti, Bugatti, Bugatti. Let me know which way you pronounce it in the comments. And next up, we have this brand. So in Nigeria, here we say Peugeot. Some will say Peugeot, and other people say Porsche. Some will say, I don't know, Peugeot. I don't know. But this is what we call Peugeot normally here in Nigeria. Some say Peugeot. So what was the right way to pronounce it? Well, the French, they say Peugeot, Peugeot. The T at the end, you delete. Peugeot. And now coming over to Japanese brands, and forget what I said about the French brands for being hard. These Japanese brands, they are on a whole different level, on a whole different level. Well, I've been learning like a couple of Japanese for the past few months now, so let's put them to good use. So let's dive in. All right, starting off with this brand. So this is what we know as Toyota. Toyota Hilux. Some people say Hilux. Here we say Hilux. Some people say Hilux. So, like, let me know how you pronounce it. Hilux, Hilux. Let me know. So Toyota, Toyota Camry, Toyota Avalon, Toyota Corolla, and so forth. Toyota. But that's not how Japanese they pronounce it. They say Toyota, Toyota, Toyota. They pronounce this Acura, which is almost similar to how we pronounce it. Acura. Simple. And this is what we know as Lexus. But how do Japanese people pronounce it? They say Lexus, Lexus. Like I don't know how to, like you see in their like characters, in their like characters, they don't have L's. So when they see L's and R's and like in foreign words, they don't actually know how to pronounce it, whether they should go with L or R. So they end up mixing the two together, and it sounds like you are listening to like R's on, like it sounds like R and L at the same time. So I don't actually like, that is something I'm trying to learn with the like with the hiragana and the katakana that I'm learning, but like, I don't know how they do it. Like Lexus, like it's not like, no, it's like I don't know. They go with something like Lexus, Lexus, Lexus. So we have this. So this is what we know as Honda, Honda Civic, Honda Pilot, Honda this, Honda that. But how do Japanese pronounce this? Well, they say Honda, 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 Honda. So next up we have this. So this is what we call Nissan. Nissan GTR, Nissan Altima, so on and so forth. Nissan. But how do Japanese pronounce this? They say Nissan, 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 not like Nissan. Nissan is like older brother or like senior brother in Japanese. Like if you go with that too. But if you go with like the Nissan, like it's like ni, then san. San is like honorifics, and the ni is like maybe somebody's name. I need to like do some research on that. But they say Nissan, Nissan, not Nissan. Next up we have this Mazda. We call this Mazda. Like it's simple, Mazda. But how do Japanese pronounce this? Well, it's totally different. They say Matsuda, Matsuda, Matsuda. How like they change the whole thing to be like Mazda? I really don't understand. They say Mazda, I would say Mazda. Like it's completely like different. So Mazda, Mazda. Of course, you can say Mazda. Like Mazda is how like we pronounce it. But when you hear someone say Mazda, respect. Next up, we have this. So this is Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi. Some say Mitsubishi in Nigeria. Some say like Mitsubishi. I don't even know how to pronounce like because the brand is not that popular, and I don't like Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi. But that's not how Japanese pronounce it. They say Mitsubishi, 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 Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi.
Not simple. It's not simple. Of course, you can say Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi, whatever whatever you like. But Japanese they say Mitsubishi. Next up, we have this. So this is what some people call Datsun. In Nigeria here, we say Dazun. I don't know how they came up with that, but they say like we say Dazun. Some say Datsun, but that's not how Japanese they say it. They say Datosan, 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 Datosan. So this is Subaru and this is Suzuki. Simple. And with that, we've come to the end of the video, guys. So if you did learn anything from the video, you learned how to pronounce these car brand names, like go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends and family if you think they need to learn these brand names as well. And if you didn't learn anything from this video, please take this one thing: anyone can pronounce like these car brand names the way they pronounce things in their language or in their accent. You can pronounce these brand names anyhow you like, but please, when you hear someone pronounce it in the right way or like pronounce it in their own dialect or in their own language, please don't go about making fun of them or like correcting them, because everybody has their own way of pronouncing things or like in the way like their own way of saying things. Please don't go about like making fun of people or like schooling them on how they should pronounce things, especially the people who are pronouncing it the right way. Please, if you're that person, please change your ways. And yeah, if not for anything, take respect like from this video. Respect people in like the way they pronounce things, like the way they pronounce things in their language or in their accent. Please respect. And with that, we've come to the end of the video, guys. So if you like the video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends and family. And with that said, thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. Now we'll see you in the next one. Peace out and stay safe.